this gives me that sense of responsibility. It gives me a sense of pride, and it also gives me a sense of purpose, sense of community as well, which I think is probably the biggest thing. Yeah, so I love volunteering here. So I'm an alcoholic, recovering alcoholic, and I've been through quite a lot of mental health issues like depression, ADHD, OCD, anxiety, stress, PTSD, trauma, and AUD, alcoholism. So it's like an alphabet soup of illnesses. And I started to self-medicate with alcohol. That caused a divorce. I've got 2 beautiful kids, but so that's a hard one. It got me further into depression. And then got into a fight, broken nose, blood everywhere, and I just thought, a litre and a half of whiskey a day, 60 cigarettes a day, as the archetypal, I can't be bothered with life anymore. And I just thought, I need something. I didn't know what it was. And so I have got a theology degree, so I understood I needed hope. So I put that in. I didn't believe in Jesus whatsoever, but I thought, let's throw the stick in the water, we'll see what happens. So I put Jesus, hope, and cornerstone. I didn't know this church is a cornerstone church, and it came up. And so I came in the next day, still like dry blood everywhere, and I just got accepted. Straight away, got a hug from like virtually everyone. They asked me, how am I doing? Do I need help? And I just said, I've got no money, I've spent it all on booze, but we've got this fridge thing on a Thursday. If you pop down, we'll give you food for free for the first couple of weeks so you can get yourself what you need. And no one's ever done that. No one's ever just said, this is for free, it's because we love you. And it's soppy, because I'm not a crier in any way, but I cried that night because just to have someone not doing it because to get anything from you. The thing about depression, alcoholism, you hide because you're depressed, but you hide because you're ashamed. You don't want to infect people with your sadness. These people here, they didn't care if I was depressed, as in they cared. They just wanted me there. They realised that half the trouble with addiction and depression and anxiety is you lock yourself away because you don't think you're worthy enough to be helped. And these people, so 3 months after I came to church, I just wanted to give something back because I felt I don't know how to put it, it was a lifeline, not just of food, but friendships, and I wanted to give that back. So I volunteered, it helped my mental health so much. Still got a lot of issues, which everyone's working through their own path. But a year and a half ago, I couldn't have talked to you. A year and a half ago, I would not have left my room for like 20 days. I'd just go out just for the alcohol, just for the simple as that. But now I've got friends, now I've got people who care about me and I care about them. Swap numbers, like Chris, one of my best mates here. We see each other virtually every day. One cooks one day, one cooks the next. Watch rubbish TV, but just like brotherhood, friendship. I wouldn't have had that without this volunteer group. I just wanted to give that back. I wanted to give the love that I've received, but try and give it tenfold back, and this place lets you do that. So we'll come here for about 8:15 because the delivery is about 8:30. We've got a storeroom where we've got overstock, so we'll put that for half an hour until delivery comes. The Morrison delivery comes, and then we stick it all out. We've got a fridge, we've got a freezer section, fresh section, tins, and then all the essentials, like bleach and toilet rolls and stuff. We'll get that done, and then the fair share comes, which is mainly the fresh stuff. So we'll get that out. But in the meantime, we're setting up outside, so we've got the chairs, tables, getting the coffee and tea ready, donuts ready, all that kind of stuff. And we've got a volunteer who's really good at making soup, so she always makes soup, gets that on so they can get a free hot meal. And then prayer at 10:30 for about 10 minutes, then we just get ready and smash it. There's people who come here who are, I won't say normal people, but people who have got money, got jobs. They don't need to come here for the food, but they come here for the community, for the soup, and to sit down and stuff. So it's not just all this. it's the community you have as well, and it's become a little bit of a hub. We've got a toddlers group on in the morning, so like when the kids are getting stressed and stuff, and the mum and dads are getting stressed, we can come here for an hour or so, and it's not just one thing now, it's spread. Yeah, and it all comes from love. Even when I was depressed, I still wanted to come here. I couldn't physically, I just didn't have the strength to because I hadn't ate, but I knew that the first thing I'm going to do is come and volunteer here, because selfishly it helps me, but it helps other people as well. I was a total unbeliever all my life. I did a theology degree just to prove God wrong. I then did an astrophysics degree just on purpose to try and ultra prove him wrong. Totally wrong, totally. But he wasn't. He was always there. He was always by my side. Even in my darkest depression, when I was on 2 litres of whiskey sometimes, and I can drink like a fish, literally. He was there. I knew, I could palpably tell that he was there, but I just didn't want to believe he was there. And then George and me had a couple of meetings, little chats, and we were just talking it through, and slowly through prayer, through coming to church, actually coming to the volunteer and not to church, that got me into prayer. And then I met quite a few people who were pointing the direction that this might be the right thing for you, but pray about it and stuff. So I did, and then about 9 months after, so March last year, I got baptised. Yeah, so that was boss. And it's just changed my life, and I still slip, I'm still do things that I wish I didn't, but you can't wish your life away, so I know I'm loved, I know that I can slip, and now I don't need to hide, because the major thing about being an alcoholic and depressive and anxiety and all these things is you become disingenuous to yourself, to the people you care about. But now I can look at people with pride and know that everything I'm saying is true. I'd never lie about anything else, never. It was only just around alcohol or depression or my illnesses, because I'm not depressed, I'm not this, I'm not that, I'm not this. I didn't want people to know. But now I know to be broken, it's like a stained glass window. It's more beautiful because it's been broken before, then put together. I'm not saying I'm beautiful, but there is a beauty to brokenness, and I think this place actually, it does bond you together again. It made me not just these shattered pieces, it made me real me again. In fact, there's no other way of putting it. Yeah, not hiding behind alcohol anymore. Kindness, it can be a kindness to someone else. Doing this job, doing this volunteering, it's amazing, but it's a kindness to myself as well. And I think that's what Christianity does teach. Be kind to yourself. You've been forgiven 7 times, 77 times. You've been forgiven, be kind to yourself. You can forgive someone else, be kind to them. Always think the best in people, and usually 9 times out of 10, you made the right choice.